So you read your heart out, you put in the hours, you had sleepless nights, you dealt with all the pressure that goes with writing the Nigerian Law School bar finals. But unfortunately, you didn't make it and you didn't pass. So what do you do? Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Rachel here. As always, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a thing. You can also like this video so that it is referred to other users who may find this video helpful. So today I'm going to be talking about what you should do if you fail the Nigerian Law School bar finals. I know that a lot of times there's so much talk about how to pass. I know that I even recorded a video, giving tips on how to pass the bar finals, and there's not much talk about what happens if one participant or if a candidate actually fails the bar finals examinations. What we see, however, are articles that chronicle the statistics of people that fail woefully. Maybe 5,000 people sit in a year, 1,800 people would have failed, or 2,000 people fail, and it's like those are just statistics, but it all boils down to the one human being who actually put in all the hard work but still didn't come out successful and failed. And if you are one of those people that people typically group in a statistic, then this video is for you, and I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to give you some tips on what you can do to bounce back after failing the law school bar finals. So getting straight into it, my first tip would be to not be hard on yourself. Do not be hard on yourself at all, and this is probably the hardest thing to practice, but I'm just going to put it out there. Like, you've sacrificed, you put in so much, and you're there not having come out in the success that you want, and oh my goodness, writing the bar finals, there's so much pressure, not only from yourself, maybe even from your school, maybe from your family. People were already calling you barrister, lawyer. People were already saying the law. When you walk into a room, your father or your mother has already bragged about you, and all that was waiting was just the result for you to pass, not even to even get a first class or anything. Maybe you didn't even want to study law in the first place, and you were sort of coerced into it, thinking that this person will be a good lawyer, or somebody has to carry on the family business. Maybe your parents are lawyers or even senior advocates of Nigeria. But I'm here to tell you to not be hard on yourself. Like, do not be hard on yourself. I know that at this point you're probably thinking, oh, what could I have done better? Oh, I've brought shame to my family, or I'm feeling guilty, or I could have done more things, I could have stayed up more. You did all that you could, and you tried the very best that you could, and you put in your all, and you gave it your all. Unfortunately, however, the marking scheme goes, maybe they disagreed with certain things that you put down at that particular point, but do not be hard on yourself. For the fact that you got into the Nigerian Law School, it shows a lot about your academic abilities. But the fact that you were able to read up until the exam, to even carry yourself into the exam hall, it's not everybody that enters into that exam hall to write their exams. Some people are overwhelmed with writing the exams and they choose to defer, or they sit it out, or maybe after the first paper they're like, I cannot do this again. So just remember not to be hard on yourself, as hard as that may be. The second tip would be to stay away from social media from now. Like, stay away from social media for now, at least for a short while, until you're able to get yourself back together, because maybe your friends or your roommates or people that you know may have actually passed the bar finals and you did not pass. In fact, recently some people may have been getting called to the bar, and there are a lot of pictures that are being circulated, and in your mind you're feeling like that should have been you. You should have been there. You had already bought your wig and gown, you were already ready to go, and then you failed, and you're not going to be called to bar with your peers, and that could be painful and that could hurt. But please stay away from social media for now, because that will sort of exacerbate whatever feelings that you're feeling if they are not so positive. If on the other hand you don't really feel negative about it, or you don't feel too bad, and you feel like, oh, being on social media is okay, and you can control whatever emotions you feel, then by all means you can go ahead. But for that period, immediately after the results come out, or when people are being called to bar, it's best that you just stay away from social media. Spend some time with your family or your friends, or seek comfort from anyone. Maybe talk to God. Don't just isolate yourself to the point where you start getting sad and anxious or depressed or anything like that, because this could be a very, very, very trying time for your mental health or for you in general. In fact, family members that you may want to reach out to may not even hide their disappointments with you, and they may come out and make it feel like, oh, you failed us, that type of thing. But you may also have some family members that you're close to that know that you tried and put in your very best. You can seek comfort from them, but in the meantime, stay away from social media until you're strong enough to rejoin the social media community. My third tip will be for you to remember that you still have another chance. Like, that you have failed this particular exam does not mean that you're never going to be called to the Nigerian Law School ever. It's not like it doesn't mean that you're not going to be called to bar ever again. You still have other chances to write the bar finals again. And just because you failed once, like how do they say, delay is not denial. Just because you didn't do it maybe along with your peers, you're not there doing it at the particular time that you wanted, does not mean that it is totally denied. You can still be called to the bar. You can still resit and rewrite your examinations and pass in flying colors, and still celebrate in the way that you've always wanted to. So remember that there is still another chance for you to, in fact, you have maybe at least 5 more chances or so for you to write. I know a couple of people, maybe not personally, but who wrote the first time they failed, the second time they failed, the third time they failed, and it takes a lot of courage to keep on coming back to say, this is something that I really want. And that's something that you have to remind yourself. If it's something that you really want for whatever reason, whether it's to make yourself proud, whether it's to actually become a lawyer, or to make your parents proud, or to make your community proud, whatever reason it is, you've already done maybe 5 years or 4 years at the university, and you wanted to just seal this off with being called to bar, whatever reason it is, always go back to your why, whatever reason that may be, and you can come back. It takes a lot of courage, but you have that courage and you can come back. But the fact that you even sat to write the first time, it means that you had the courage that to an extent you actually believed in yourself. So remember that you still have other chances to become a lawyer in Nigeria and to be called to the Nigerian bar. My fourth tip would be to believe in yourself. After maybe you have gone through the period where you're feeling very bad, maybe you might feel very sad, you go through a phase where you're just not feeling things anymore, you're feeling like, I don't even have the ability to pass the bar finals, my mates have moved forward, you're feeling so sad. After this period, if you decide to rewrite the bar finals, the one thing that I'll say is believe in yourself, because you came this far, you understand, with your academic capabilities. And don't look down on yourself and be like, I failed the first time, so definitely I'm going to fail the second time. No, you have another chance and you can go for it. You can do it. So just believe in yourself, because the fact that you went this far, the fact that you finished from university and entered into the law school tells a lot about you. The fact that you have even decided to rewrite tells a lot about you, your courage, your hard work, and your determination to see something through. So believe in yourself, because if you do write that exam, you will pass and you will actually go ahead to flying colors. So believe in yourself, you can do it. My fifth tip will be to stay focused. If you have decided that you want to rewrite the bar finals, you can stay focused. Make sure that you eliminate all form of distractions and limitations. Do not take the receipt exams for granted. A lot of times, a lot of people say the receipt exams are way easier than the first exams, but do not take them for granted. The same amount of time that you took in practicing, in answering past questions, in reading, in studying, put that same amount of time. It can be frustrating, it can be annoying, because the truth about it is that the bar finals is something that people just want to write, sit for it once and get it over with, no matter what grade they come out with. But yeah, you're doing it again, and that tells a lot about your strength and about your mental capabilities. So whatever you decide, make sure that you stay focused and do not take it for granted. Put all your efforts into reading and studying the way that you did the first time. Number 6 would be to cater to your mental health. Now, this is like a really, really, really tough one. It's really tough. Being practical, it's really, really tough to be able to cater to your mental health when you're going through this sadness, when you're going through this maybe anxiety, this feeling of shame, of guilt. You can't even post anything on your social media. People were legit probably going to go and check your results for you. If you even did well in your uni, people had put so much pressure on you, and then you came to the law school and you failed. it is so important to cater to your mental health, because no matter how, like, this can be something that you may consider as a chaotic event in your life, but it's so important to put your mental health first. Like, whatever situation, if you're in a room where people are discussing these things and it's getting you bothered, leave the room, stay away from such environments. Like I said, unplug from social media for a while, just so that you don't get too boggled down with so much that is going on in your mind. Things that you may enjoy to do may not really appeal to you at this point, but what you can do is you can pick up books, you can read, you can do other things that have to do with staying away from your phone. When your mates or people are calling you to find out, you don't have to pick up people's calls. You don't have to pick up people's calls to maybe be crying on the phone or to be sad or anything like that. You can actually just stay away from all of that noise for a while. Seek comfort in close friends, close families that have your back. Do things, go out, explore, do other things other than sitting down pressing your phone. And trust me, like I said, this requires a lot of intentionality, because it might be tough, but just remember to cater to your mental health in whatever way that you can. If you even find that you went through this experience, you can vlog about it, you can write about it, you can purge out all your emotions, whether in writing or in film or in a video, to encourage other people who may be going through that period as well, or who may be going through these feelings as well. And you never know who you might be inspiring. And my last tip, most importantly, would be to not dwell on the past. It's so easy to dwell on the fact that, yes, the first time I wrote the bar finals, I didn't pass. Oh, I'm a failure, I'm this, I'm that, I didn't do well. And it affects your future chances of even trying to resit and write the bar finals. And it may be hard, because the only thing that keeps on replaying in your mind is all the efforts that you put in. At the end of the day, I put in all this effort. Look at what happened. I read, I did everything well. There was nothing that I could have done more. I stayed up all night. I was drinking coffee. I was in there. And then at the end of the day, look at how it ended up. How do I know that going into the future, the same thing will not happen? And there's that fear, there's that anxiety. But please, please, please do not dwell on the past. Once you've gotten yourself together and you've moved on from that, please do not dwell on the past. Just focus on the future, on what lies ahead. Like some people would say, sometimes the strength of someone is not on like how they fall, or it's more about their ability to pick themselves up and keep on moving, no matter how tough it is. And it may be really tough at the moment, but I believe in you. I may not know you personally, but I believe in you, and I know that you can pick yourself up and not dwell on the past, and just focus on the future and eliminate any form of distraction. Stay focused, and you will definitely do it. If you are passionate about law, you really want to become a lawyer, and you've always envisioned yourself as a lawyer, it will happen for you. It will happen for you. So just stay focused, believe in yourself, do not dwell on the past, do not be too hard on yourself. Cater to your mental health, and the future would be as bright as you've always wanted it to be. So let me know if these tips have been helpful for you in the comments. Let me know if there's anybody who you feel needs to see this video. Please share this video with them to inspire and encourage them that all is not lost, and there's actually more that can be attained in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.